set this.
Okay. Sorry, folks. We have had some technical difficulties tonight. Mainly, it's me technical difficulties, and it's
Oh no,
another story for another night.
it's all good.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. Welcome to Chicks and Salsa. Sorry, I'm a little giggly now. Welcome to Chicks and Salsa. We normally have a field of four here, three or four. Miss Jen is dealing with some things with her family, and we want to send out our love to them. Megan is celebrating Miss Kennedy's birthday. We want to wish Miss Kenny happy birthday for many more. We are so proud of who you are. We will not bore you with singing.
No, nope.
Candy and I have had this wonderful conversation, and I looked down and I pulled a blonde. We didn't go live. So Candy, do you want to share your interesting day, or do we just want to jump right in?
Let's just jump right in. We started talking about NFL and the quarterback changes because there's been so many changes this year. Like, and we were saying how I was surprised how Chicago waited so long because you heard of all the flurry of a bunch of backup quarterbacks going and trading and signing on new teams. And you waited and you waited, and I'm like, is Chicago gonna do anything? Like, you have the number one pick. You could get Caleb Williams, which is a quarterback that everybody is saying should be taken first, but you have Justin Fields. And it's like, okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to trade Justin Fields? Are you going to trade the first number one pick? Why you waited till mid of the free agency flurry was kind of beyond me, because I would have thought you could have gotten more had you done it earlier, either for Justin or the number one pick.
I just feel like that they were hoping to get a lot out of the number one pick, and I kind of feel like something happened and the interest fell off. Does it have to do with Caleb Williams and his family's demands on ownership? Is there a question about who should be number one overall?
Well, and he didn't have the best year this last year either. Like, everybody's saying he's all that and a slice of bread, but I'm like, I don't know about that.
There were far more quarterbacks that stood out across the NCAA division than Caleb Williams. And to be honest, I was just saying this, you can attest to this. I every time I watched, I was hoping, well, this will be the one that he sparks and shows me why he's being touted as the number one. And each time I was like, I'm not seeing it. Now, to his benefit, Mahomes was not projected to be, I mean, the Chiefs got a lot of flack for taking him, moving up to take him. Mm-hmm. So, is there something that we have not been exposed to for Caleb Williams that will set the NFL on fire?
I don't know.
You have to wonder.
Yep.
I had more faith in Mahomes than I do in Caleb Williams. I'm a Chiefs fan and I was part of the group that was not happy that we took Mahomes as the number one, our top draft pick. Obviously, that worked out very well for us. So, but still,
there are a lot of number ones that don't work out.
Right.
And let's see. Brady was not top tier. Brock Purdy is not. So you can hit or miss. Let's face it. The Packers picked Tony Mandarich way back in the day, and he was a flop.
What about Mr. Johnny Manziel, Mr. Football? Mm-hmm. And Baker, who's done well, but has bounced he has had his seasons. You have to wonder what was going on in the Browns organization, that he was so eloquently and loudly shoved out of the organization. I don't know. It's just, it's peculiar to me. I'm curious why the whole what's going on behind all of Caleb Williams that we don't know.
I don't know. And I don't know if that's why they brought in a new quarterbacks coach in Chicago to help really help Caleb Williams, because if you have a new quarterbacks coach and you can really develop them, because that's, I would say that's one of the biggest things I've seen is that if you don't have consistency with your quarterbacks coach and your offensive coordinator, that can really be a detriment to some of these young quarterbacks. I mean, for years we've said that Matthew Stafford, when he first got into Detroit, he didn't have that consistency and he never really truly had success in Detroit. And I think that's, you know, I I really say coaching has a lot to do with it.
Absolutely. I also think if you don't have the good if you don't have a good connection or relationship with the staff and your players,
Mm-hmm.
they're either going to move mountains or they're going to let you try to move them.
Correct.
I think that's where we see a lot of the discourse across. You know, the Chiefs have had. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, well, Peters is the prime example. He wanted people to move mountains, and he wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
His attitude and his antics made him not want people to move mountains. But if you look at who and what has stayed in Kansas City, not chasing the money, but more to be there because of the things, it is completely built around the fact that those players want to play for Andy and they value what he gives them and the respect and
Mm-hmm.
levels that he holds them to. And you know, I think you can say that about many of the coaches across the with those stable programs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
pick the Steelers being one of those stable programs where Fields is going. So um, I hope Fields has success there. He deserves it. He did not have consistency the last couple years, so consistency will behind the scenes will definitely change. It'll either
Mm-hmm.
expose or promoting. I mean, that's the only things that's going to happen.
Exactly. Well, I don't mean to move things along, but
Please do.
there was some interesting in a sport that, and I will be completely honest, we are missing the queen of hoops because this is her time of year. This is her, her season. She loves. If she didn't have the birthday for Kennedy, she would be on because I know she loves talking about it. But it is officially March Madness, both women's and men's time right now.
The second year we have got to say that the women's is March Madness too. What a generation that we're in right now with that.
It's awesome because it should. We've been saying it for men for I don't know how many years, but there is some
More than I want to
exciting.
count.
I know, like I don't even I don't know. But I was watching some basketball this past weekend. I watched some of the tournaments. Watched some of the Big East. I watched some of the Big Ten. Watched some of the ACC. Um, and there are some tough teams out there. I was really surprised.
I
Um,
think I like the fact that we were kind of talking about this at work. When I was in college, my college age, and that was before they even had watches you could wear on the wrist. Um, you know, the talent was centered in very specific areas.
mm-hmm,
There's talent across the nation, and we see it now. And that you've got all these teams that are not super loaded, but they are powerhouses as well. You know, it's not
mm-hmm,
all the players are coming from the ACC. They're not all the players are, and that is exciting for someone that is watching, um, because it is not a predictable path. You knew that you could pick Duke or North Carolina, and they were going to go
Yep.
decent in there. You knew filling out drafts that those were two that you could rely on. Not the case anymore, and that's exciting, actually.
Well, and like last year, they had so many upsets. The number ones went down. Like there were 16-1 upsets. And I think it's just fun and exciting. And especially for like the small town schools and the ones that were 16, though, that weren't ranked and they went in and then they beat some of these. I will say, I watched UConn play. UConn is the number one seed and they were tough. I think they were tough. And I was saddened to see, I watched Auburn play Florida in the championship game, and Auburn ran away with it. But I will say, one of the top guys for Florida went down and was injured and was carried off on a stretcher. And that was in the first couple of minutes of the championship game. So I felt really bad for them. But
Is that like, is that something with Florida? Because wasn't that what happened to their footballs? Or is it a
Florida,
different Florida?
Florida
Florida
State,
State.
yep,
I'm like,
I
so it
know.
must be Florida water. Duly
Yeah.
noted.
Yeah, I shouldn't be drinking it, right?
No. Candy, we're going to need to move you and Scott pronto.
Yeah, I guess so. But there's a lot of exciting South Carolina's the number one seed for women and stuff like that. And this is the second year in the row that they've been, the number one seed. And I just think it's exciting year for basketball. So everybody tune in. Like they started the men started the tournament tonight. Tonight was the play-in games. So
We got playing games tonight. They're actually already playing. I saw.
mhm,
We've got women's playing starting tomorrow with the big dances starting this weekend. So
mhm.
it's time to pop your popcorn and sit and cheer on some hoops, right?
It's a great time of year. Like and the other thing what's starting tomorrow, and I don't know if many people know this, but MLB's Major League season actually starts tomorrow. The Dodgers and Padres are playing. They're opening the season in a 2-game series out in South Korea in Seoul. And
That's exciting.
I'm exciting, right? It's something different. So I think that's just awesome, and I think that's kind of my feel good story is because just trying to open up the fan base and getting different, fan bases. And NFL's been doing it. They play all over. Major League Baseball is trying to do the same thing. So good for
Well,
them.
we've already seen that Eagles will open their first game will be in Brazil this year. Their opening game will be Brazil. Isn't that correct? Yeah, their opening season game is in Brazil. So, and it's their home. Oh, it's their home. Okay, cool. Counts as a home game for Eagles. Kind of like the Germany was for the Chiefs, I guess. That's pretty exciting though, for real.
Mm-hmm.
It's another way to grow your brand, and it's obviously working for the NFL. So I definitely see that MLB will be following suit.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing the other sports picking that up and expanding, because it's an untapped markets. You
It
get
is.
you get talent from there, so why not go ahead and tap into the market?
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
Well,
Oh,
so since um, your resident blonde decided not to hit the go live button, that's what it was. Um, we have a shortened show tonight because Miss Candy has to jump off and she'll be on. Which one is it tonight?
tonight
Inside the
is we have Tuesday night is Inside the Pigskin. So it's football.
my love. Um,
Hi,
Speaking of that,
Joshua.
we did notice that we had some NFL stars step up and be ordinary heroes this last week. I wish the media would start covering those more. We saw Jalen Hurts and Richardson from Colts step up and play an ordinary hero. Um, it's not as much clickbait as some stories coming from the Dolphins and other teams and the players, but gosh darn it, the world needs more love. So I really wish we could pick up more of those feel good stories. And your chicks need to pick up on those as well. So we're going to be start looking for more and more of those everyday ordinary step up and be a real human type stories. I think that's something we used to do a lot of, and we've kind of
We do.
skipped
Mhm.
we kind of skipped a beat on those. So I think that's going to be a threat, or not a threat, but a promise from us to going forward to pick up on those again. Let's spread joy as opposed to the drama that lots of people like to do.
Exactly. Exactly.
As always, if you have something that you would like for us to discuss, you think, man, this is what the chicks need to bring to the table, we know we can do it. They can do it. You know how to reach out to us. We've got Queen of Hoops Megan. We've got the professional fan Jen. We have Candy from South Florida Tribune. And then we have the blonde here that's a Chiefs fan. So reach out to us. We're here. We want to, we appreciate the follows, like, and share. We like that as well. So we appreciate your time. Thank you for being a loyal fan. Candy, you have
Yep.
anything to end with?
Go out and buy my husband wrote a book, Lessons from the Microphone. It's available on Amazon, Kindle, and now Barnes and Noble as well.
Yay! That's exciting.
It
There
is.
is a link on Three Chicks on a Pod Facebook page that if you are interested, Candy has generously shared that for you so you can have a direct link purchase. As for now, goodbye all. Have a safe and lovely day. Let's go watch some basketball.